everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is Edie Ann. I'm an independent superstar director with Scentsy. Been with Scentsy for almost 13 years. Today's talk is going to be a little raw, a little real. But I think I want to share it because I feel like I'm not the only one that potentially has been through these thoughts or these processes in my head that have caused me to literally want to throw in the towel. I feel that we all have times in our lives and in our businesses where it just gets to be too much. It's overwhelming. It's potentially just not vibing with you anymore. It just doesn't feel good. Like, it's just not fun anymore, right? And for me, Scentsy has always been fun. It's always been something that I could do to escape the mundane of the everyday sometimes. But then there's times where the mundane shows up in my business, and those are times that are tough. But I want to explain something. First of all, I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one. So if you have experienced this and you have felt like quitting, or you've felt like walking away, or you just want to give up on your business, comment below, share that with us, because I think we all need to know that we're not alone in this world, that we go through these same types of things. Although it might not be the exact same experience, it has the ultimate result that it is the same, right? And I need to explain that these are ebbs and flows in our lives, and they happen in our lives and in our business, that are almost necessary. And the reason that I say that they're necessary is because if we don't experience those yucky times, then we really can't appreciate the good ones, right? Because we've got nothing to weigh it out with, to put it on a scale and say, okay, well, this was the bad, this is the good. Okay, I see the difference, right? If we don't have those experiences that cause us to double check or double think or double whatever, double back, that momentum forward doesn't feel like momentum if you've got nothing to compare it to. If there's no ebb in the wave, the flow can't happen, right? So I have to really check myself in the moments that I feel like I'm not vibing, or that things just don't seem to be lining up the way that it should, or maybe I'm not getting any recruits, or maybe I'm not getting as much sales as I'd like. And I start to beat myself up, and I have to sit there and say, okay, Edie, these things are happening so that you can appreciate what's coming next. So don't give up on the book. Continue reading, right? Continue to see what the next chapter is going to bring, because ultimately there could be something absolutely phenomenal in that next chapter. And if we gave up, we're never going to experience it, right? There's this book called 3 Feet from Gold, and without giving the whole book away, I think it's Brian Tracy that wrote it. The premise of the book is that this guy was mining for gold, and he hit a spot where there was no more gold, so he quit. Somebody bought the land from him, bought the prospect from him, and continued digging in a different direction from the spot that the guy quit, and struck gold, like big time, 3 feet away. And so to me, that's a constant lesson that, listen, sometimes you got to shift your sails. Sometimes you got to move direction a little bit, or maybe take a step to the right and kind of look what's happening over here and be like, okay, maybe that isn't for me, but this might be. And so by doing that, I'm allowing myself not to quit, not to give up, not to beat myself up, which happens a lot, right? We do that a lot. But to actually kind of assess the situation and look around and be like, okay, well, if I went in this direction instead, or if I did it this way instead, could it make a difference? And 9 times out of 10, it does. And it's a huge surprise, and it's a huge shift, and it's an amazing feeling, because what happens is all of a sudden now you're like, whoo, that wind gets swooped up underneath you, and you're like, okay, yeah, that wasn't working, but let's do this. This is working. This is fun, right? So I guess the message that I want to share today is, don't allow yourself to get into a situation that you feel completely overwhelmed without taking a step to the side or in a different direction. I don't care what direction you go, but just stop for a moment, assess the situation, ask yourself if there's something that I could be doing a little bit different that will change this totally. Could I go 3 feet this way instead of continuing to go this way? There could be gold over here. By all means, there might be, right? So I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that there's many of you that have felt that place of overwhelm, that you just feel like you're stuck and you're on this hamster wheel of spinning doom. Right? That's what I see. It's what it feels like. You're on this hamster wheel and you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't seem to get out of this. Like, this is too much. I don't like what's happening. I don't like how I feel. I don't like how people are reacting to me because of the way that I am right now. Stop the hamster wheel. Stop the hamster wheel and take a look outside of the hamster wheel and say, if I go here, if I step off of this wheel and I go here and I take that chance, will it make a difference in my life and business? Chances are the answer is yes. Chances are the answer is yes. Don't give up, guys. I always say, don't give up, never give in, and always stay true to who you are. So my saying is, never give up, never give in, but always stay true to who you are. So even if you're taking that 3 steps to the left, stay true to who you are as a person. Don't start doing something because somebody else is doing it that doesn't feel comfortable for you. Right? Stay within who you are. Make it fun. Make it true. Lead with love. Do all the things, right? But never give up, and don't ever give in. Because when you give in to somebody else's agenda that doesn't feel good to you, you're going to become even more overwhelmed, even more unhappy, and that is not what you want in this life. You only get one life. Let's do it good. Let's do a good life, right? All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I don't know if you enjoyed it, but I needed to share that. I felt like it was something that was weighing on me. I felt like it's something that we all go through, including myself. I do go through that. There are days that I wake up and I'm like, darn it all, I do not want to do this anymore. And then I sit back and I'm like, okay, first of all, why were you doing it in the first place? Why were you doing it this way? Can I change it? Can I find a spot or a way to do it so that I feel better? And the answer is usually yes. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day. Better yet, go make it an amazing day for somebody else.